Hi folks, well it's Sunday the 21st of July and it's the day after I've just done a track day at Rockingham International with no limits this time, and I thought I'd just talk you through a little sort of track day comparison with seriousracing.com. What I'm going to look at here is my best lap from yesterday and compare it to my best lap from the previous time that I went to Rockingham and see how things differed. So let's start off by logging in, and here we go. So Rockingham showing up as the most recent track, first one to select here, and what you can see here is here's my best time from yesterday, 20th of July, and we're going to compare it with best day from the 21st of April, which is the last time I went there. So let's have a look at those two. Okay, so we've got the sort of map view where we can kind of take a look at the two different laps and see at what points the speed is a bit higher and what points I start to open up a gap for yesterday's lap versus the one from April. And it looks like the first section there is a bit of a gap. Personally, I find for doing this kind of analysis, a graph is a better way of going. So let's take a look at the graph side of things. It gives you just a chance to immediately see how things go. So overall, we've got, as you can see up at the top here, for the lap overall, I was 2.8 seconds slower when I went out back in April. So you can see immediately that I'm faster at this point here, and my braking point is later than this lap here. So on this lap I get to 112, on this lap I get to 118, and as you can see it's a bit later in the track. So if you look down at the red dot on the map, you can see as it moves there, that's where my two braking points are for the two different laps, there for the first one and there for the second one. Okay, we've also, the other big thing that jumps out is that this section of track, pretty much from about here through to basically here, is also faster. The other things that jump out here are that the faster lap is faster in some corners, like this one here for instance, but actually slower in other sections, not by a massive amount, but it's slower here, it's slower here, and it's significantly slower here. There's definitely something slightly odd going on there. I would guess that maybe I got held up at some point on my faster lap around there, or maybe I just didn't take the corner as fast. If I'd sort of taken notes on the session, then I'd be able to remember exactly what went on, but unfortunately don't have that right now. So let's see exactly what's going on here. So for instance, this first section, so from here to the sort of braking point there, alright, so we get on this section here, I'm actually 1.42 seconds faster, and that's just the section. So you'll see like the red dot, so it's from there through to this section of the first turn here. So on that very first section I'm already 1.5 seconds faster, and then let's have a look at the other part that jumps out, which is, basically, let's say from about here through to this section here. So on this section here I'm also 1.5 seconds faster. That kind of, between those two sections, that sort of explains the difference in lap times. So yeah, some pretty interesting stuff there. The other thing that is also interesting is that my overall top speed is still faster on the slower lap, even though obviously the average speed is faster for the faster lap, and the minimum speed is marginally faster, not really enough to make too much of a difference. But a few interesting takeaways there. So the main things, I guess, that I would want to concentrate on the next time out I go are that I know I felt like I was using a bit better braking points this time, starting to really figure out where to brake and stuff, and that seemed to work really well, particularly on this section here. I felt like I was much better lines through this series of triple left-handers, and that definitely paid off. But the other sections of track I didn't really improve at all. So those are the sections that I would want to pay more attention to next time I'm on this track, and hopefully that would help to improve my times even more. So so there you go. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope this is useful.